In these times, we feel that in order to achieve the goal of civil and human rights for all, it is necessary for women of all races and creeds to know and understand each other.
The National Council of Negro Women Incorporated was created and led by a woman of immense vision, far beyond the understanding of the times. Dr. Mary Mcleod Bethune knew what a powerful force women of color could be if we were organized and focused. Having been involved with many established organizations, such as the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, the United Negro College Fund, Jack and Jill of America, and the Association for the Study of African American Life and History, she knew it could be done. Not to mention creating a school from a one-room building outside of Daytona, which was called Bethune-Cookman College and is now a university. While all of these individual organizations were moving in a positive direction, she envisioned something greater. Thus, in 1935, the National Council of Negro Women was born, an organization of organizations. By 1938, NCNW coordinated regular visits to the White House to bring attention to the need for more black female administrators in the U.S. government, and the organization was involved in the formation of the Women's Army Corps that led to the desegregation of the military. In the 1940s and 50s, the organization was led by Dorothy Height, an obstetrician and a civil rights activist, and Vivian Carter Mason, a city administrator devoted to social and political reform. Mrs. Farabee and Mrs. Mason overcame the obstacles, and under their leadership, NCNW lobbied for women's rights. They fought racial discrimination and established a national health care system. Sometimes a leader will arrive who will forever change an organization. Dr. Dorothy Height was that leader. She was chosen to lead the organization in 1957. While being one of the major architects of the civil rights movement, she achieved non-profit status for NCNW and shifted our focus to advancing our standard of living. As the godmother of the civil rights movement, she stated, "Empowerment is the most important thing we can give ourselves. Change comes not at the direction of a nation, but at the insistence of its people." It was her vision to purchase the building at 633 Pennsylvania Avenue as the new home for NCNW. And in the year 1996, that objective came to fruition.
We came to love her stories, and we loved her smile. We loved those hats that she wore like a crown, regal.
Following the passing of Dr. Dorothy Height in 2010, former teacher, news producer, and prison administrator Dr. Barbara Shaw stepped up to be the national chair. Her quest was to keep NCNW moving forward. And through her steady leadership and tenacity, we did just that during a critical time. In 2012, Ingrid Saunders Jones was unanimously elected to be the 6th NCNW National Chair. She stepped into the NCNW leadership role and successfully steered the organization to firm financial footing, with an emphasis on future growth. Ms. Jones' mantra, "NCNW is alive and well and solvent," became a rallying call, along with her passion to build a stronger Black America. And it was evident in NCNW's direction. For the Future focused on education through STEM, health disparities in communities with HIV and AIDS, financial literacy for entrepreneurship, and public policy through public engagement. When Dr. Janetta Besh Cole was unanimously elected the 7th president and national chair 1 year ago. She challenged the organization to meet 2 specific goals.
This organization is poised to be more intergenerational and to be more prominent nationally and ultimately internationally.
Having presided over the only 2 colleges for women of color in the U.S., Spelman and Bennett, Dr. Cole understands that to reach its full potential, NCNW must have deep roots as well as emboldened wings.
You need to look back in order to go forward. The folk who grew me up said, you can't know where you're going if you don't know where you've been.
Dr. Cole is responsible for launching Girl Tech, a symposium for women in technology that reaches across the country in order to share ideas, mentor one another, and network within the industry. The inaugural year of the HBCU tour has sparked interest in over 3,000 high school students and is already in the planning stages to overshadow this year's efforts.
I might be able, in this period, working with others, to bring NCNW more prominently back on the national scene. There should never be a convening around a table, certainly having anything to do with black women, where NCNW does not have a seat.